Hello, this is Mami Zell, and for today's episode ay tatalakayin natin on how to round off decimal numbers. Okay, let's start. Before we do it, we need to be familiar with the place value of the decimal numbers. So for this example, we need to identify the decimal point, which is the period or point. The number at the left of our decimal point is called ones. The left number from our ones place is called tens. And the left number from tens place is called hundreds. And the place value is thousands. Now let's go back to our decimal point. The number at the right side of our decimal point, the first number is called tens. So after our tens, the next number, which is the place value of 5, is called hundreds. And next, the 8, the place value is thousands. Now, we need to be careful in identifying the difference between tens and tenths. So, after the decimal number, the tens has TH. Before, the decimal number is tens, the whole number side. Take note also that we have 10,000s, millions, billions, and so on. We could continue going to the left or the right forever, so we can have more numbers. So for us to understand the place value, we will have an example. So we have number, place value. So our task is to identify the place value of the underlined number. 1.145 or 1 and 145. What is the place value of 4? So in our example, after the decimal number, the next number is tens. After tens, the next number is hundreds. So the place value is hundreds. Okay? So next example, we have 0.123. The value of 1 is tens. Let's proceed with the next example, 0.025. The value of 5 is, from decimal number, we have tens, hundreds, thousands. Okay, I hope you were able to follow it. Next. Okay, next is 25.013. Now, we identify the place value of 2, which is, we start here from decimal, going to left, we have ones, tens. So, the place value is tens. Okay, I hope we are all familiar now with the place value of decimal numbers. Now, let's proceed with our topic. How to round off decimal number. So, we have an example here. Round off 2.135122 to the nearest hundredths. Now, let's discuss what are the rules in rounding off decimal numbers. First is you identify the decimal and the place that will be round off. So, where is the decimal number? Here. So, what is the place that is needed to be round off? Hundreds. So, where is hundreds in our given? We have tens, hundreds. So, the hundreds is 3. Okay, the next rule, after we already identified the place that will be rounded, okay, next is to check the immediate number to its right. If it is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, then retain the number. If it is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, then add 1. So, identify the number to its right. So, the right of 3 is 5. What's the ruling? If it's 0 to 4, then retain the number. If it's 5 to 9, then add 1. So, this is 5. So, we need to add 1. So, the answer is 2.14 because we add 1 to the 3. Okay, I hope we get it. So, let's proceed with another example. Round off 0.835 to the nearest tens. Okay, applying the rule, identify the decimal and the place that will be rounded. So, this is the decimal and then we're looking for the tens. So, from the decimal, right side, we have tens. So, it's 8. Next is, we check the immediate number to its right, which is The number is 3. So, we retain the number. So, to round off to the nearest tens, the answer is 0.8. Okay, so here's another example. Round each of the following decimals to the nearest hundredths. Okay, for number 1, let's say we have a given 22 and 785 or 22.785 is equal to, so what are we going to identify? Hundredths. Hundredths, so from decimal, we have tens, hundredths. So the next is we need to identify if the right number after the hundredths is it 0 to 4 or 5 to 9? So the number is 5. So therefore, the rule says add 1. Maybe you have answer now in your mind. You can also answer it there. So the answer is 22 point, add 1, 79. Okay, let's proceed. So the given is 75.996. So how we round this off to the nearest hundredths? So we know from the decimal, we have tens, hundredths. Okay, what's the number after the hundredths? To the right, it's 6. So when it's 6, we add 1. Now if we add 1, our number here, 99, will become 100. So how are we going to write it? This will become 0, 0, and we add the 1 to the whole number. So the answer is 76.00. Okay, hopefully you're able to follow it. Let's proceed. Number 3, example. We have 3.153 is equal to, so to the nearest hundredths, we have the place value 5. And then the next number at the right is 3. So it belongs to the 0 to 4, meaning to say we retain the number. So the answer is 3.15. Okay, let's proceed. We have more examples. So for this, round each of the following decimals to the nearest tens. Okay, number 1. We have 0.83. What are we looking? The tens. So from decimal number, it's the next number to the right is tens. So what is the right number of the tens? Is 3. If the number is 3, we retain the number. So it's 0.8. Next, number 2. 1.223 is equal to the next number to the 10. It's 2. So we retain. So the answer is 1.2. Okay, number 3. So round this off to the nearest 10. 15.85 is equal to, what's the number after our 10? It's 5. So according to our rule, if it's 5, we add 1. The answer is 15.9. I hope meron tayong natutunan sa episode na ito. Hanggang sa muli, paalam!